do, and just for this team. And it's so encouraging and wonderful to watch you guys. I'm out here in Phoenix and just watching y'all on Facebook, and just your passion for people and your passion for the products. I just want you to know that you don't hear a lot from me, but I really appreciate you. So you got a fantastic leader right here. So anyway, I wanted to start off with just saying that. So anyway, I'm Jamie Brown, and I grew up in Midland, Texas, and then I went to Texas A&M. And then after I graduated, I moved to New Braunfels, and I taught school there for 14 years, and then moved back to College Station, was there 2 weeks, met my husband. We got married 10 months later, and I'm out here in Arizona. And so we've been married 8 years, and we have a 6-year-old little boy named Jeffrey, and he is in kindergarten. And so that's a fun new world for us. I first heard about Plexus from my sister-in-law, who is Mandy Brown Richardson. And she told me about it. I remember exactly where we were. We were at Barton Creek Mall. It was Black Friday after Thanksgiving. We're walking, shopping. And she was like, hey, I heard about this product called Plexus from this friend of mine, and I'm going to check it out, and I'll let you know what I find out. And, you know, she knew that I had Hashimoto's, and that I'd struggled with fatigue and joint pain and weight loss. And so, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, you do that, you get back with me. And so I kept following all of her posts, and I was just like, oh my goodness, if I hear one more thing about Plexus, I'm going to have to block her. You know, I'm going to have to hide her. And finally in March, I thought, okay, I'm just going to order it. I'm going to keep all my packaging because I'm sure this stuff's not going to work. And I'm going to get that 60-day money-back guarantee. And I kept all my packaging, and within the first week, I could already tell a difference. I felt great. I felt energetic. I'll be honest, I really thought that was just what 40 felt like. I was about 42 when I started, and I thought, okay, I guess this is 40, you know? And so I started taking it, and I thought, okay, I feel pretty good. And I started feeling like I was losing some junk in my trunk. You know, my clothes were fitting better. And I thought, this stuff kind of works. My sugar cravings, my asthma got better, my joint pain. And I just started feeling a lot better. And I was, and so I gradually added the probiotic. I started off with Slim, and then I added probiotic and BioCleanse. And then I added the X Factor and loved that. I dropped the accelerator. I'll be honest, accelerator just makes me grumpy. It just makes me really irritable, and it's not worth it to sacrifice my family for that. I keep trying to take it, and I'm like, I just can't. I'm just not a nice person. I don't know what's in it, but I can't do it. So anyway, so right now I just take the Fab 5, and I also take the Mega X. I guess I'd take that. And now I'm on Vital Biome. But I will say that not all the products I can't do Block. I can't do Boost. Certain ones, I think you just have to kind of tweak it, and it's okay. You know, you just have to kind of figure it out, what works for you, when it's best to take it. So my son has sensory issues, and basically his nervous system is just on edge. Smells, sounds, clothing, tactile, anything just bothers him. And so I kept hearing that probiotics were the best thing for him, and I started him off on one that had to be refrigerated. It was such pain. And Mandy said, this is really a good probiotic. You take it. Why don't you start him on it? So I did. We have seen an incredible change in him. He is doing fantastic. His anxiety, his fears, you can just tell he is a happy child. He was not a happy kid, and part of that was he is a perfect example of getting your gut healthy, because he just felt bad, and he giggles now just to hear him laugh. Oh my goodness, I'm so thankful for that. And so I got him started on it. And then my husband, we jokingly call the bubble boy because he's allergic to everything, but really he is the bubble boy. And he is in the golf industry, and so he is outside all the time on golf courses, and he is on airplanes all the time flying across country, and he's allergic to dogs. And so a 3 or 4 hour flight with a dog next to him just would usually send him to the urgent care. And when he got home, I joke that I didn't really know what his eyes looked like. I mean, they were always swollen and red and runny. And so I told him, I said, you know, I've been on the products for about 10 months. And I said, would you give me a month? Just give me a month. And if you will just take Slim, I'm reading on all these posts that people are finding success with their allergies. They're not getting, you know, sinus infections and bronchial issues. And I said, if you'll just give me a month, I will never talk to you about it again if it doesn't work for you. I promise I will never bug you, but if it works, I mean, what do we have to lose? I mean, you could actually feel better. He doesn't go to the doctor. He doesn't take medicine. He's one of those people you keep hearing about. So anyway, he took it. He said, okay, I will. He took it started taking it. And I will tell you that I poured it every morning. I got that bottle, I poured it in there, I shook that, and I handed it to him. And because I knew I wanted him in it. And a lot of people might say, well, they're an adult, and if they want to take it, they'll just do it themselves. No, if you want it in them, you put it in them. You figure it out. You make it. And you know what? When I did that, he realized how much it meant to me that he take it. So anyway, here he comes 10 days later, and he's like, I don't know what you're giving me, but I haven't felt this good in years. And I was like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. And he was like, yeah, seriously, I have not felt this good in years. And his head started opening up and inflammation went down and he just started feeling good. And so after that month, I was like, well, you know, this probiotic is supposed to really help your gut and it's really helped mine and it's helping. You've seen what it's done for Jeffrey. So how about you just try that? And he agreed. And then the next month I added BioCleanse and, I will tell you now, will be 3 years in December. He does not leave town without it. He fixes his little baggies. He fixes it himself now, and he takes it. And it has been amazing. It has changed our life because he always felt that. He'd come home from traveling, and he just wanted to sit and you know, do nothing in his chair because he felt so crummy. And now he is able, I mean, he just got back from traveling every single week. I mean, he is on at least 2 flights a week, and he came home. He has not had a flare up this summer. He has felt great, and we are just so thankful and so just so grateful for it. And we've just seen a huge difference in our family. I mean, I would say the probiotics probably given us the biggest change just because I see it with my son. But now with the Slim and the Vital Biome, I'm just kind of excited to see how that helps Jeffrey as well. And how he told me today, he said, Mom, I have so much energy. And I was like, oh, that's terrific, Jeffrey. I am so glad. And he was like, I do. I can take Slim because he's been watching us take it. So now and I only give him a third of a pack. That's all I'm starting him off on because I gave it to him about a year ago and it caused a little anxiety. And I was like, nope, not worth it. And so I've reintroduced it and I feel like he's about 60 pounds now. He can do this. And so far, so good. So anyway, that is how, that's really my Plexus story, and so thankful for just the products and what it's meant to us and our family, and just watching it along with all the other, like my mom and dad I've got them on the cream, and it helps their arthritis, you know, and my of course, you know, I'm sure y'all seen my in-laws stories with my father-in-law's Parkinson's and what a blessing that is. And oh my, Mary's headaches and so much. So anyway, yeah. So there I am. So there you go. I feel like I talked really fast. I'm sorry. I was worried.
No, you're great. You're great. I'm going to unmute us. No, I mean, gosh, I'm probably going to contact you separately because I have so many questions about your son and everything that you've done for him. But I didn't realize he was taking Slim also. How long have you had him on Slim?
Just 2 days. I mean, that's it.
Oh, like you just started.
Literally this week. Yeah. Okay. It's only a third of a packet. I had him on it a year ago, and he always gets a cup of it when we go in. We live out here in Phoenix, and so we get to go pick our products up at the product store, and they always have this big dispenser of Slim, and so we get to always get a little cup of it, and he loves it, you know. And I tried to watch him how it reacted to it, and I just have seen that he can do it. So we're giving it a shot.
Oh, awesome. I would love to hear feedback for how he does after a month or so on and stuff.
I love to.
My daughter has ADHD, and we have been battling not doing meds.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been trying the natural route as long as we can. And
Mm-hmm.
that's one we haven't tried yet, is Slim. So
Yeah. Well, there's another thing. It's called the Feingold diet. With ADHD, I always like to recommend to people because it's great. And it just kind of tells you different foods that they can have reactions to. So for ADHD kids or ADD. So anyway, I can talk to you about that later.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, Jamie, is in regards to you and the Plexus business, because you are passionate about Plexus, but you don't go out and commit to the business 24/7. Like I know a lot of us are trying to do. And so that's a lot of a different feel that we get than from like Mandy, who works to be a Diamond Ambassador. So could you talk to us a little bit about your stance in the business of Plexus?
Oh, absolutely. I honestly, when you asked me to do this, I felt a little guilt. I'm like, I don't know that I really should do this because I'm not 100, like I don't work the business as much as you guys do. But what I found was that I couldn't maintain a balance with it. And I really couldn't. And I think I'm hoping that now that my son is in school and I have a little bit more time, I can. But it was taking away from my family. And I just had waited so long to be a wife and a mom. And I thought, I could not find that balance. Some people can. Some people are fantastic at managing. Time management, they are organized. I am not. I'm organizationally dyslexic and I cannot organize. And so it was just, so working the business, the way I do my business is I just tell people when I hear somebody that's struggling, I'll just say, hey, this has really worked for us. And I have a lot of moms right now that only have their kids on on the probiotic because their kids can't go to the bathroom. That's a huge thing in there. They don't want to give them Miralax. They don't want to give them things, other laxatives. And so I have just a group of moms out here in Scottsdale that take their kids are on the ProBio 5. And I've just shared like that with my story. And I hope, like I said, I hope that someday I can build some more, but it's just, that's just not I love the products. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I can't balance answering everything on Facebook. I don't balance well with my team. I mean, I honestly, I have not been a great leader with Plexus, to be quite honest.
But what I love about you and about your story is, yes, you have your commitments, and what you say is where you want your priorities to be with your family and your child and all that stuff. But so the business doesn't fit for you now.
Right.
But
yes.
It may in the future. And then I really love that even though you're not in a place where you want to like push the business, you're still sharing. You're still talking Plexus because the products are doing amazing things for you and your family. And when you have something that's working so well, you can't help but share. So, and I think that's a really good thing to hear and a great story to share, because I know we have a lot of people that have that balance issue and they're like, well, I love Plexus and I love this idea of the opportunity, but it's not working in my schedule right now. And for some people, that may be later on. It may never be, but there are still people in your life, in your circle, that you can share with and that you can change their lives and influence just by sharing what you're doing. And that's what I love about what you do.
Well, thank you. Thanks. Absolutely. Like I really didn't know if I wanted to sign up to be an ambassador, because I was like, this is not me. I'm not a salesman. I don't do that. I don't think I'm going to really enjoy that. And I went ahead and signed up, and I'm so thankful I did. Because I feel like I'm able to share it a lot more, and I'm able to and I will tell you, the business side of it has been a huge blessing on our family. I mean, what I do make, I am extremely grateful for, and I feel just overwhelmed by God's goodness that I will tell you, when I first started, I always like just to share this verse. It's Psalm 90:17. may the favor of the Lord rest upon us. Establish the work of our hands, oh God. Establish the work of our hands. And I think that is just a great kind of point to go and just say, Lord, who do you want to know? How do you, who can I share it with? Who do you want to know? What's going to be best for not only them, but for my family? Because I don't want to be selfish and sit here and be like, hey, it's good. It's great. I love it. But I don't need to tell anybody. I do share it. And sometimes I will hear from people 5 months later after I've shared with them. And they're like, hey, I think I need to try that, or hey, I have girls. I will tell you on my very first time I ever shared, had it at my MOPS group. And I had this table in the middle of this room, and they had said it was business day and you could bring your business. And I had just started Plexus, and I sat at my table. I had one girl come to my table the entire 2 hours. And everybody's looking at me. They're all sitting at their tables, and I'm over there at my table. And, and there's like 250 people here. So it's not like it's a small crowd. And so I had one person come up, and I thought, you know what? I was just discouraged. But you know what? It taught me grit to stand there. I thought, if I can stand there with not a lot of people coming up, and you know what? Some of those women that were in that room, they are some of my customers today because they saw me that day. It was almost like they were afraid to come up and say anything to me. And I think a lot of people are. I think people have been burned by products. I took everything out there they offered. With my Hashimoto's, I was so tired. I took my medicine, but I needed something to give me energy and fuel. And I had a baby at 40, and I needed something. I thought he deserves more than this. And so I was trying everything, and nothing worked. And I think that's where we are. So many people, but when they can hear our stories and they go, wow, so that really does work. Okay, it really does. And I absolutely. And I tell people, I'm like, you start off when you start off, commit your first 3 months, because don't just think I'm going to take it. It's a marathon. It's a marathon, and it's not a miracle worker. It's fantastic stuff, but you got to commit, and you got to be consistent. And so I always just tell my customers that. Anyone that's ever interested, I tell them that. And if it runs them off, then okay, but I don't want them. I want them to know that it's a commitment, and it's a commitment to yourself. So anyway, that's kind of been my business plan, and it's worked. It works for us, and that's where we are. And like I said, maybe I can build more into it and work the business a little harder. But right now, that's where we are, and that's what works for our family. And I have a peace with that. So.
Well, you're still blessing others and getting blessed by it. So you're in a great place for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
I appreciate you getting on here and meeting everyone. Candace, welcome. I'm glad you joined us. Hello.
Candace. Hi.
Anyone, do you have any questions for Jamie or anything?
How to get your husband to make his own stuff. That's about it.
Oh, yeah.
It took 3 bottles every morning. Me, my husband, and my son, and then I take his pills at night.
Yeah. It took a while to get to that point, but we're almost 3 years now, so it'll come. It'll happen. I believe it. Yeah.
What were you saying about the Parkinson's disease?
My father-in-law has, and I believe they've even set up a page. I can look and see. Mary Brown, I don't know if you're on her page, if you're friends with her, but it's Mary Elizabeth Brown. And she has started a Parkinson's page because my father-in-law has Parkinson's. And the Parkinson's medication doesn't really treat him. And it's just been a very long journey, and Plexus has helped him so much. I mean, he's able to, they go on walks every morning. He was able to start mowing the lawn again. I mean, it has been an amazing gift.
What product is he using?
I believe he takes the Triplex.
Okay.
The Triplex.
How old is he?
He is 71.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and if you would like to contact her, she loves to talk about it. I mean, she can share so much of their journey and exactly what he takes and what he does. And, it has been the greatest blessing. Yeah, it's been terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.